just get on with it and get game number 7 underway right here. Okay, so here we go. We're in, and game number 7 now of the grand finals between the Legends and the Warlords for the War is Coming event. The score is currently 4-2, which means that if the Legends win this game, they will again win their 3rd series in a row. They will win round 3, and that's kind of a big deal. That gives them a massive chance of winning the entire event. Obviously, we still have the round 4 stuff to come, which is the 1v1 round, which at the moment is still going to be postponed until they get to Dubai or whatever it is they're doing. As if this event needed more postponements. We already had to wait 2 weeks while they sorted out the whole like seeding thing, which still makes no sense. But either way, so we're back with game 7 then, and like I say, the Legends looking to win yet another game to tie this series off. Of course, even if they do win this game and they get the 5-2 victory, we will still watch the following 2 games, and that's going to come up regardless because they have to play all 9 games anyway. So, anyway, we've got the Tyrant Legends down to the south of the map then. In the very south of the map, in the blue, we've got Jordan 23, and he's playing as the Britons. Down to the south or west, we've got in the green, Doubt, playing as the Mayans. It's like we can't avoid them. The Mayans are everywhere. It's so difficult, man, to avoid them. That's the Tyrant Legends down to the south. And up to the very north, in the yellow, we've got Riot. He's playing as the Britons as well. And up to the right of him, in the red, we've got Slam playing as the Mayans. So I can't remember how these civs were chosen. I've got a feeling it's team random. The Britons in there. Interesting to have the Britons. And this map is Ontario. Like that, Ontario. Like the Canadian state, Ontario. Interesting map. Again, another map that we basically haven't seen all tournament, and we get to the grand finals and it's like suddenly, oh, by the way, here's a bunch of maps that we actually made but we didn't use throughout the entire event. It seems that way anyway. Like, I never saw any of these maps during any of the other stages, so it's odd. This map is, in my opinion, a little bit like Budapest, only you start with 1 TC instead of 2. Both teams have like safe backwater, which means that fishing is going to be pretty huge. Both Britons have that backwater. For Slam, it's a little bit further to travel to the water. I still think it's worthwhile having both players dock the back lake, and if possible, it would be really cool to see a sneak villager go through, a sneak dock, and some fire ships coming out in the Castle Age. That kind of thing is pretty fun. That's the kind of thing I see Viper doing a 1v1. And a 2v2, of course, he just gets the sling. But other than that, you know, it's pretty fun to see those kind of things work out. It's kind of rare that they do. Players are generally on the ball. Looks like Slam wants to steal a boar here. And Jordan 23 has got his scout nearby to say, no funny business, Slam. No funny business. Same for Doubt. Doubt's on it here. Look at this. He's going straight in. That villager, oh, he knows what's up. That villager doing a little bit of damage to the eagle there. Good job, actually. It doesn't look like Doubt's going to get away with that, which means that neither of the the Mayan players, rather, are going to be able to sling successfully. Riot then, bringing up that dock quite early. Jordan 23 as well, bringing his up a little bit sooner by looks of things. Not that it makes too much difference. But certainly seeing the fishing will be good, and I'm going to be interested to see if they decide to drush it. This map fairly open. There is quite a lot of openness. Reasonably, I think, standard resources. They both have 2 boar. All players have 2 boar. They all have standard sheep by the looks of it. They all have standard deer. Both 1 deer patch. Both standard gold and standard stone, I believe. Actually, no, yeah, standard stone as well by the looks of things. So pretty standard resources. It's just the wood issue. The walling might be tougher, I guess. It's not impossible to wall. If you want to wall it, you can wall it. But it looks like Slam already getting on it with that barracks there. So we're gonna see drushing from him. For Doubt, no barracks just yet, and he's got a lot of villagers taking the wood, but that's because he's done a dock. And Slam here doing no dock means that he is able to do the barracks. Now, in this situation, you have the choice. You can only do one or the other. There's no, you can't do both. That doesn't work. You have to choose to rush or ships or fishing ships. Now, obviously, if you make a dock, that's you know, a bunch of wood, and then you have to build the fishing ships, which is another bunch of wood. That doesn't allow you or leave you enough wood to build a barracks. So building a barracks for Slam, no barracks for anyone else by the looks of things. And with both Jordan 23 and Doubt doing the fishing ships as well, that will slow down their feudal time slightly. So Slam here doing the drush. Just Jordan 23 going to spot it out any second now. There it is. And he's going to see that coming in. Precautions probably coming up very soon. He'll probably wall in his villagers into his lumber camp. A couple of walls across here will keep him nice and safe. And he's up to the feudal age anyway. Not a slow time, actually, by any means, as his 4th fishing ship comes out. And he now prepares himself for, well, what appears to be a galley rush build, which is very, very odd. Like, this is strange. He doesn't need to galley rush. He's sharing a lake with his teammate. So unless he's planning on sneaking a villager out, I don't know why he is doing a galley rush build here. This is a pure galley rush build. He's doing mass wood, and he is taking gold. 3 villagers to gold, maybe a 4th in a minute. And he's walling up, making a choke point towards his TC. But why? Why is Jordan 23 doing a galley rush build? He has no villager on their side of the map. Nothing. The only thing I can think is that he might decide to start doing like loads of fishing ships. But even then, why would he not take the deer or something like that? He's now doing a barracks. And still taking no food. So maybe we'll see an archery range coming up and he'll make some archers. But the lack of food income here is worrying. The fact he's not adding in more fishing ships is weird. The fact he's not adding a second dock either. At the top of the map we see Riot with 2 docks. Lots of fishing ships from him. And Jordan 23 now feudal. What's the plan, Geordie? What's the plan? Well, archery range on the front, of course. That makes sense. But still, it's like a full grush build all of a sudden. I guess at the moment he's relying solely on his fishing ships, and he'll start adding some farms a little later on. But I guess, you know, he needs that wood to get the barracks and the archery range here. Good snipe on the top side though. Slam losing that villager, and Slam's trying to wall it up. Slam won't lose another villager now, but Jordan's going to sneak his scout through anyway to see what he can find. Jordan going to go for those berries on the front. Going to go for the deer as well. Now, obviously, going to struggle a little bit for food. He's taking the shorefish, which means his food income is very, very low. And that villager's coming out. One more coming out. He's barely keeping villager production going. He should be just about fine now, though. And with the deer coming in as well, a little bit of extra from that. Moving straight into archers. We got 2 ranges from Slam on the right side coming up. And on the left side, that drush from Slam reaching... Doubt is basically being deflected. Doubt walling up, obviously, his wood and his gold. And Doubt at the moment, not really showing too many signs. Looks like, again, he's going to do very similar to what Jordan just did. And he's building his archery range on the front here. A very forward location for that. Riot, meanwhile, fully walled up. And I want to know if Riot now is going to do something different or not. Riot here, going up to the feudal age pretty late. Obviously, as you can see, he doesn't have a barracks, so he didn't do a drush, but he made a lot of fishing ships. A lot of fishing ships right there, and he's taking 4 villages on gold. So, I don't know, I kind of feel like once he gets to feudal, he's basically just delayed his feudal age. He could either decide to sling once he gets feudal, send it all to Slam, use the mines, which of course makes sense, as we've seen that a lot of the time. Or maybe trying to fast castle it, but even then, I don't know, he might just struggle to get the wood, sorry, not the wood, the food, and he's going to have to deal with Doubt's archers coming in very soon. So there's a barracks going up, and that says to me, probably then going to start making some military once he gets to feudal here. But still, with all this food income on the water, he's going to have a pretty decent castle time at this rate, I think. So let's have a look. On the south side, Jordan 23, Blacksmith 2 ranges. Pretty standard feudal rush build. I'm glad these guys aren't just walling up and fast castling it all day. It's good to see. Doubt should be keeping that pressure on. There's a lot of villagers going over to gold. So obviously, you know, 7 villagers on gold. That sustains 2 archery range archer production. but actually switching into some skirms now, because Slam's coming out with skirms to try and counter this. And good communication between Riot and Slam. So archery range for Riot then. Riot's going to do the same as well. Obviously delaying his feudal age massively, but look at that. He's about to fast castle it still anyway. Going to do that blacksmith as well. And what it's going to do is when he's going up to the castle age, he's going to just step on archer production, go mad with that, and just keep building archers, keep building and building and building. Slam can kind of keep Doubt busy in the middle of the map. It's going to be very difficult for archers to break through a palisade wall this early in the game. They're going to need a lot of archers to do that, and even when they're upgraded to crossbow, they still take a while. So Riot here, fast castling it up. Not a bad time for him, and archers coming out. Still lots and lots of food income, and I'm surprised he's got so many farms, really. I think he obviously added those in for a little bit of an extra food boost there, but now he's up to the castle age. Gonna grab another lumber mill, lumber camp, and get ready to really keep the pressure on here with archers and upgrading to crossbow very soon. Having to give up map control to do this though, and allowing Doubt here to build that watchtower will push him obviously over to this right side. But I can't see more towers coming from Doubt at the moment. I don't see him taking any stone, so I can't imagine that's going to happen. On the right side, quite a lot of archers and skirms out for Slam. Jordan 23, probably not up to castle yet. Just doing wheelbarrow now, but plenty of archers for him. Slowing down archer production at the moment. I don't know why he's not producing any. Strange. But either way, he won't be long before he's up to castle. Maybe he's stopped archer production so he can get up to the castle age here. He's pretty close. Obviously, these fishing ships really do take over and add quite a lot of food into your bank very, very quickly. So at the moment, yeah, delaying archer production here so we can get castle age a little faster. And Slam's still feudal. Slam's not got any fish, remember. So Slam's castle time is going to be slower compared to the other guys, like I said earlier on. And it's a little bit risky not making fish, you know. When you've got the other team are both taking fish, sorry. It's kind of risky not to. Obviously, Riot's got a lot, but Slam could do with some of that lovely fish as well, because he's going to be pretty slow to castle now. And it's going to be very difficult for him to deal with the Britain archers once Jordan 23 gets to castle, because once they get upgraded, once they get +2, they're going to be outranging the Mayans by quite a bit, especially if they're not crossbows yet. Once they get the free extra range from being in the castle age, that really starts to add a lot. So there's crossbow for Riot. He's got 5+2 range, and there's 5+3, so that does mean he outranges Doubt by quite a lot. He's just not got the numbers, because he was slow to get these archers out, obviously in favor of the castle age upgrade. So Riot here with 3 archery ranges, his production's going to be there, but he has to catch up in numbers first before he can engage. At the moment, losing quite a lot of crossbows for not a whole lot. He's killed 5 and lost 7, so not trading too well at the moment. He just needs to get these crossbows pumping out. At the moment, he doesn't have the gold income, actually. He's only got, what's that, 6, 7, 8 villagers on gold there, and at the moment, struggling to just get the gold income. He's not going to be able to afford a mangonel here for a few moments, but these guys definitely have the upper hand. That castle age upgrade's huge, and playing as the Britons as well does mean you get a lot cheaper TCs. So that second TC going to be coming out quite soon for Riot as well. And Slam here, meeting up with Doubt. Going to have a little rendezvous about 2. Ooh, Doubt with a lot of scams coming out here. He's really investing heavily into the scams at the moment. That really doesn't surprise me, actually, because if you think about it, Doubt in this situation, he's on the way up to castle now, but he saw how fast Riot was up to castle, and scams still hold some weight against crossbows, even though they're still a feudal unit. So it's about the best he could do. So I'd take a little bit of stone now. Obviously, after building that tower, and the tower back here as well, the 2 towers in fact, he will need more stone for that second and third TC eventually. So nice and quickly getting on with that. Riot now moving out across the map. He's got +1 defense. He's got bodkin arrow. He's ready to go, and looking to find some villagers from Doubt. Villager here weak on the berries. These 2 villagers weak from the wolf, and Doubt looks like he's going to try and wall this up. But to be honest with you, Riot could get 3 or 4 villager kills here if he comes in at the right way, but it looks like he's going to head straight into this tower, which is not so good. Meanwhile, the Mangonel going to quickly deal with this watchtower on the left side, free up some space for Riot to work with, and Riot's second TC should be up any minute now. Doubt's up to castle though, and those crossbows are in. 2 villagers, 3 villagers down, and Doubt's unable to wall this up successfully. He is going to lose a couple more villagers on this left hand side. There they go, down they go, and that's bad news for Doubt right here. He's killed 19, lost 22. And things are about to get worse because you can't keep taking stone. This is going to deny his second town center. He doesn't have the stone to make a second TC. That means less protection for his villagers. His army here, mostly skirms, so should be fine at dealing with this, but pretty weak as well. And doing the elite skirmisher upgrade now also. On the right side, Jordan 23 is doing pretty good against Slam though. Slam is probably the slowest, I think, up to the castle age here. He's nearly there, and this is the price you pay for not having those fish. The time difference is massive. And Jordan 23 here, Mangonel coming through the walls, and that's quite a lot of crossbow for Jordan to for Slam to deal with. So of course Jordan doesn't want to go this way because the TC will take his crossbows down. So instead he's going this way. And that's going to be allow him to avoid the town center. And risky. Slam's trying to get a tower up, but he's going to lose so many villagers right here. Jordan 23, 1, 2, 3, 4. So many villagers gonna go down. The Mangonel getting involved as well. Watchtower goes up, and of course Jordan's just gonna clear right out. Great play by him, getting a really significant amount of damage on Slam, and he's got 11 kills and 6 losses, and before you know it, he's gonna be bearing down on this TC. Slam, of course, gonna try and get up his own siege workshop now to do his best to defend. But obviously, if Jordan starts focusing down on this TC, which I think he should do, that'll be pretty huge. So Slam, getting the crossbow upgrade now, but he's outranged by Jordan, which is always a problem, especially as well when playing against the Britons. That is always a problem. And on the left side, we've got a knight out for Riot, and Riot's going to come to Slam's rescue, he hopes. And moving out with his crossbows, he's got his Mangonel, and this knight. The idea here, obviously, to try and focus down these Mangonels. Meanwhile, though, Doubt's coming over as well, and Doubt seems to be a bit all over the place here. Like, his army's really split up and fragmented. He's going over to Jordan, and he's also going into Riot at the same time. Riot now with his second TC, and I believe that he will be the... Okay. Yeah, Jordan 23, 3 TC. So Jordan 23, most likely at this point, the game leader, that's for sure. And here you go, Jordan 23 preparing for this little 2v1 now. Riot's got 3 knights in here with +2 defense. Obviously prioritizing those defense upgrades. Great little shot there. Look at that from Riot. Fantastic micro. Gonna manage to flatten 2 for 1. But Jordan 23 here with a lot of crossbows. Doubt coming in on the left side, but there's Slam's Mangonel. So Slam and Riot, great little play by those guys. I think Riot perhaps over-investing a little on the knights at the moment. Jordan 23, good micro though. Look at that, going to bring that Mangonel down. Losing just 2 crossbows to the Mangonel. Really well played by him. Good micro, and obviously superior army here as well. On the left side, those knights going to certainly deal with Doubt's skirms, so Doubt's not going to get away with making them for too much longer. And Jordan 23... playing really nicely at the moment. Oh man, Riot trying to split those guys, trying to get them out of the way, but nope, not going to happen. Jordan getting a bunch of kills, and 27 kills to 19 losses is really very good. Riot's on 46 kills to 31 losses, but I'm surprised he's going so heavily into knights here. Britain's knights, no bloodlines for these guys, which means they really don't hold up too well against crossbows with Bodkin arrow. And that is a worry. I don't know what his plan really is at the moment. As the Britons, it makes sense to just stick with archers, but he really is bringing out a lot of knights. 2 knights at a time, in fact. And I guess the only reason for that is he wants those Mangonels, but look how quickly these crossbows take these knights down. 4 knights down in an instant here. And Riot's knights don't even seem to be engaging properly at the moment. He is going to get that Mangonel by the looks of it. Of course, Jordan going to have to run back, but those knights probably going to go down here. Ooh, maybe not actually. Maybe not. I take that back. Slam with these crossbows, causing a few problems. But still, Jordan microing his way out of this situation. And these knights, even with +2 defense at the moment, they are struggling. Slam getting a lot of kills though with his crossbows from behind here. And look at that. That's, whoa, a lag. That lag, that's what that is. Whoa, man. Jordan 23 getting picked away. As he's kind of 2v1 over here. I don't know what Doubt is doing at the moment. He's not really pushing into Riot at all. And Riot's still making knights, which is a little bit confusing to me still, after he just lost so many and gained very little for it. Knights obviously more expensive than crossbows here as well. So castle coming up here for Jordan in a defensive position. That cattle right there just being erected on the right side. Jordan 23 up to 4 TCs, because why not? As the Britons, they're so cheap, you may as well. That castle gonna go up regardless. Jordan 20, oh will it, oh will it, oh man, Riot here. So close. Jordan's just tasking everything he's got to this castle. He really wants it. But there you go. It's up, and Doubt coming in from behind. This is fantastic. Look at that. These guys going to get caught out as they run. Doubt going to pick them off as they run away. And that is an absolute clean sweep. Perfect timing from Doubt as he comes in there. And Riot and Slam with a total now of 0 military for Slam. 14 for Riot still, but he's got a lot of knights, and you know, making knights with the Britons, it's such a strange thing to do. They're great at dealing with mangonels if you can get to them, but in the long term, with no bloodlines, with only the Cavalier upgrade, they really don't have much longevity in the game, and you saw how quickly they were taken down by the crossbows here of Jordan at the time. So yeah, I'm a bit confused by that. Either way, this is a good game. This is a non-standard game. And Jordan 23 now is on the way up to the Imperial Age. The Brits are a really good civ, in fact. The fact that they can boom up really quickly thanks to their cheaper TCs. The fact that their main army is going to be archer units, which costs them food and gold, wood and gold, rather than food, which means they can get to the Imperial Age nice and quick. And I've not seen a single bit of sling this game as well, so I'm definitely a happy chappy at the moment. Jordan 23 stepping onto the longbows at the moment, and I love seeing the Britons. They are really fun still, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Briton. Not just saying that because of that, but they are fun. Doubt here, gonna have to get back. He really wanted that castle, but nope. Riot's gonna say no to that. And it seems like Riot on the way up to the Imperial Age as well. Not a great time. Not as fast, as Jordan. But I think, to be honest with you, Riot's got a lot more from this fish because, well, Slam just hasn't bothered to fish at all. Slam at the moment, 64 eco units. He's about 30 behind everyone else. And this is the thing, if he'd have just taken those fish earlier on, maybe this would have been a different story altogether. But right now, Jordan 23 and Doubt really seem to have a big advantage. And if we have a look at the overall score, you can see they've got about 400 points advantage as well. So, you know, with Jordan 23 being fast to imp like this, with Slam being really far behind at the moment, I'm a little bit concerned. He's going to get to the Imperial Age soon, but Doubt's already clicked up. And for Doubt now, just doing wheelbarrow. It's a good old 35 minutes wheelbarrow. Starting to bring out some plumed archers. And yeah, I mean, plumed archers are pretty decent in this position, I feel. Obviously, the longbows are the king of the range. But plumed archers are unlike a lot of archer units because you look at these longbows, they have 0 pierce armor plus 1 armor from the padded archer armor upgrade. Same for crossbows as well, 0 pierce armor. But plumed archers, they get 2 base pierce armor when they get upgraded to elite. So it makes them pretty damn good at dealing with other archer units. Not only that, but they have really good health as well. You know, a longbow 35 health, a plumed archer 50. And so, you know, up to 60 once they get the elite plumed archer upgrade. So the very fact that the plumed archers are great at dealing with other archers, that's got a really big impact on this game, given the fact that Doubt is much faster to the Imperial Age here than Slam. Not much faster, okay, but quite fast. Quite fast. Yeah, Plumed Archer is going to be really important in this game. But Jordan 23 now, being up to the Imperial Age, has unlocked some fantastic technologies, including the wonderful Trebuchet, which is coming forwards on this right-hand side, and going to start taking down these castles from Slam. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. Slam here, if he loses this castle, he is in a lot of trouble. He needs those castles to make those Plumed Archers, and without those Plumed Archers, he won't be able to really do a huge amount against the longbows of Jordan, I feel. He's going for Eagles by the looks of things, which is fair enough. Jordan at the moment just doing upgrades, chemistry, he was just doing, yeah, conscription. So at the moment, 5+5 range on this Arbalest. No mess in there. 5+5 for Jordan as well. Of course, this can go up to 6+6. Once they get upgraded to Elite Longbowman, once they get a Yeoman upgrade, they can go +6. And that makes a total of 12 range, which is nearly enough to outrange a Treb. It's enough to outrange a castle, though, which is kind of a big deal. And we got Riot trying to hit Jordan 23 by the looks of things. Coming over on this right side with some Arbalest. Might get a few villager kills, which should be pretty huge. And the thing for the Britons is that the longbows, they take an incredibly long time to make in comparison to Plumed Archers. Plumed Archers, very, very fast to come out. Whereas Britons, they need a lot of castles if they want to get longbow production going. They take some time. Look at that cattle drop on the right-hand side as well. And Jordan 23 is even... Whoa, he's got Arbalest at the back here, picking off villagers from so far away. I don't know what he's doing here, but he's done well, I don't know. I know what he's doing, obviously. He's doing the Cavalier upgrade. But it's very unusual to see that. Great raiding possibilities for the Cavalier. The Cavalier as well can deal with the Eagle Warriors pretty well. And Slam does not seem to stand too much of a chance at the moment. On the left side, Riot's looking for some raiding where he can. Those crossbows from Doubt getting a bit sneaky in there. Doing quite a bit of damage, actually. Doing quite the damage. But Elite Plumed Archers for Dan have 4 pierce armor on these guys. 65 health versus 40. Plumed Archers going to be great. They're pretty fast as well, so they're going to close that gap. And down goes Riot's Arbalest. At the moment, Slam is surrounded. He is very surrounded. He's got Elite Eagle Warriors on the way out. But Jordan is prepared. Cavalier with +2 defense. And he can't get Bloodlines, of course, but he can upgrade them on the defense at least. Meaning that against the Eagles, they're going to be pretty decent. Now, the longbows, the advantage for these guys against the plumes is their range. Once they get Yeoman, they are going to be able to cut through them very fast. But at the moment, Jordan 23 just focusing on Cavalier by the looks of things. Plate Barding armor coming in for +4 defense. And he's ready to go on those Eagle Warriors. So at the moment, it's looking pretty dicey for Riot and Slam. Population-wise, it looks like, yeah, Jordan 23 and Doubt are way ahead there. In overall scores, they have about 2,000 points lead almost, which is pretty damn good. And that forward cattle drop, another forward cattle drop from Jordan 23, and allow him to keep that pressure on, which is awesome. Yeoman, my bad. Not Yeoman, Yeoman. I don't know how to pronounce anything, clearly. I should learn this. It's kind of important, you know. So anyway, Jordan 23, please. There we go, Elite Longbowman coming in right now. That's going to give him 6 range base. That's going to give him more health, of course. But that's quite a lot of Eagle Warriors from Slam. I'm impressed at how fast he's managed to bring them in. 40 health, 6+5 range. Those longbows going to be hammering into these guys from quite far away. At the moment, just hammering into the university for some reason. But yeah, obviously those Eagles pretty potent. 100 health, 8 pierce armor, but they're really not great at dealing with melee. Cavalier obviously with more base melee armor there, more base health as well. So and with a higher attack, the only difference is the Cavalier are more expensive to produce by quite a long way. Cavalier obviously costing quite a lot of food, a little bit more gold versus the Eagle Warriors. And look at that, Slam's able to defend for now. Well played by him. Well played by him. And Slam really needs to get on the comeback now, because Zico is behind and he needs to do the damage. Look at that, fantastically played. Jordan 23 losing most of his army. Slam's got the trebuchet on the way. And he just needs to chase this down, I think. He just needs to go for it. Don't sit under that castle for too long. Don't take any unnecessary damage. Because that will hurt. That will hurt a lot. But that's a lot of eagles, and that's great to see. Over on this left side, Doubt's going pure plumes. And look at that. Riot's going skirms now. Because plumed archers are great. They're too good. Doubt's making good progress though, bringing down castles, moving on towards the TCs, and he's got capped ram as well. I imagine he's going to have siege ram very soon, meaning that Riot's elite skirmishers are going to be very ineffective, and that's going to be a problem. Obviously, these guys don't get the range upgrades for free, the same way that the longbows do for Jordan 23. And I'm really hoping the Warlords can pull something off right here. Slam at the moment is working on bringing these castles down, but to be honest with you, his Eagle Warriors don't seem to be all there. Jordan 23 is able to muster enough Cavalier to send them away. And Jordan 23 now going to focus on these trebs, stop his castle going down, and continue to deny this gold, and continue to spearhead his way into Slam's base. Slam doing everything he can to keep these eagles coming out, but I'm really concerned that it's not going to be enough. On the left side, Slam's coming over to try and help out against Doubt here. Doubt going to have to go back slightly. A lot of skirms. I don't know why Riot is not trying to stop these villagers. There we go. Stop those villagers building that castle there. And I tell you what, Doubt and Jordan really loving their forward castle drops today. But either way, Riot here going to focus more on the army than anything. Gonna stop this castle if he's lucky, and these guys are giving a really good game. It's probably the best game so far of the grand finals, in my opinion. You know, we've got longbows out on the field. We've got the Britons utilizing Cavalier. It's been pretty intense throughout. We've had action through all the ages. It's not being a sling game. This is what Age of Empires is. This is what it's about. Not the other nonsense that we've been seeing before. But Jordan 23 really is pulling ahead now. He's starting to pick off these villagers from Slam, building some more forward siege workshops, and surprised there's no forward university. That would certainly put the nail in the coffin here. Bringing over some Cavalier on this left side to try and take down these skirms. Getting a lot of kills with these Cavalier. Skirmishers really don't hold too much weight against Cavalier, to be honest. But one of the main developments is the two-handed swordsman, the champion incoming from Jordan 23. Of course, the champion is an even better counter to the Eagle Warrior, because the champion is a lot cheaper on the gold compared to Cavalier. Obviously, the Cavalier costing 75 gold, the champion's costing just 20, meaning that you can get a lot more bang for your buck, and these guys are just as good, if not better, at countering Eagle Warriors. Okay, they're not better, but they are just as good. They are very good at countering Eagles, as they have that melee. Well, they're just good, man. They're just great. Champions are awesome. So anyway, on the left side, still Slam sending over some help, but Doubt's got those plumed archers and rams in there. As soon as those Eagle Warriors go away, these Arbalests, these skirms are going to get dealt with, and there you have it. It's GG. Slam is calling it right there. They cannot put a stop to the sheer power of Jordan 23 on the right side. I think he pretty much did the entire tech tree for the Brits there. He got light cavalry, he went elite longbow, he went champion, he went cavalier. He's getting all the upgrades, and on the left side, Doubt's plumed archers just too strong to deal with as well. So what played to the Tyrant Legends, and that was certainly one of the best games of the grand finals that we've seen so far. I'm hoping the 1v1 series will give us some good games as well, but this was fun, this was good, this was variety. And that was a really enjoyable game to watch. So we'll play to the Legends. And with that, they are going to win this series 5-2. Obviously, all 9 games will be played. So there is still 2 more games to come. But it's 5-2 to the Legends. Meaning that it is a clean sweep with all 3 of the 4 rounds being won so far. Still the 4th round to come, of course, and still 2 more games in round 3. But we're going to come out here and we're going to go to game number 8 in just a sec.